Hi everyone, it's Menz here. We're going to be starting out tonight with the new German premium Tier 8 light tank. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but essentially it's a American version of a light tank, except for it's German. It does have the esports logo kind of plastered on it, and some people might be turned off by that. I really don't care, but honestly, like, did they need to put it on it? No, but really, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect anything. But essentially, this M41 has a 90mm gun on it. Compared to other Tier 8 lights, it's barely noticeable. It's a little bit worse in some areas, but really, it's on par with the other Tier 8 lights. Definitely different than the Tier 8 T49 for the Americans, but still, it's basically a successor to the M41 Walker Bulldog, I feel like. But in any event, for tonight's stream, I'm going to be streaming till about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely going to be cutting it right at 8 p.m. and not going too much longer tonight. And next time, I'll be streaming next Wednesday and, of course, next Saturday. But excuse me if I'm a little wonky driving starting off. A little tired starting out the stream here. Only got a couple hours of sleep last night. But in any event, gonna be testing this thing out. I just purchased it. It's my first game in it, but it seemed pretty interesting, and I like light tanks, so I figured I'd give it a go. Mobility wise, it's fantastic in that department. You're not going to find any problems getting around the map. It's mainly just, since it is a Tier 8 tank, and being a light tank, when you're against 9s like this and even 10s at times, you're gonna be struggling. Oh God, dude! Like, okay, should have been looking to see if he was actually gonna turn, but I thought he was, since he's the one going gung ho. But oh well, I didn't need that HP, did I? But one thing to note about this, yes, 8 degrees of gun depression. Hello, Peter. Nice to see you again. Yes, 8 degrees of gun depression is usually good. However, on a light tank like this, 8 degrees is actually a hair bit low. Many of the other Tier 8 lights have negative 10 degrees. So it's a little noticeable at times. You have to stick your beak out a little bit further than you might like to. You do have a pretty good AP round. Heat, excellent for punching through tanks with actual armor. And your HE round, which technically it's a HEP round, but you have a little over 100mm of penetration, so that's fairly good for a little light tank. You're gonna have the added damage of HE, and with that amount of penetration, you can put a hurting on other light tanks with it. I'm actually gonna fling it at this E50 because I don't want to poke out too far. I just want to basically fling it at him, get a little bit of damage off, pop back. I don't want to get myself too vulnerable. Alright, so there we go. Let's take him out. That's with that HE round. But even against some mediums, a little over 100mm of penetration for your HEP, or basically HE round, is really adequate. You can penetrate them a lot of times with that, even at Tier 8 and 9. 10, a little iffy unless you're against, say, like a Centurion or something. But it is a little interesting. That's why I carry a little bit more than I might usually do in a lower tier light. So we got the little VK back here. We're getting kind of massacred in the town, which we're gonna want to get this guy. I wait it just a hair bit too long. Shit. Yeah, we're gonna definitely regret not getting that prototype out earlier on. I keep running into these goddamn trees too. I'm going to try to punch through his armor. You have about 250mm of penetration with your heat round, which is plenty. don't know why they're freaking out too much. Like, honestly, like, yeah, they massacred the town, but we're still pretty well off, which I'm firing at this guy since he's just outside my view range. He has, of course, entered my view range, which I don't have a very good crew in this, so definitely a little iffy at times. Yeah, freak out. Like, yeah, I'm on the cap. We still have an advantage. Like, don't know what everyone's freaking out about. Like, if we all get on the cap, honestly, we're gonna be a little worse off than we currently are. It's like we're doing pretty damn well, but in any event, we're gonna get the win here. Like usual, if there's any specific tanks you'd like me to play, feel free to mention them. Probably gonna hop into that April Fool's mode after this, just to kind of get that out of the way. I played a match or two in it, and it's different, but I don't think it's all that exciting or anything compared to like the Carl game mode. That was pretty fun when that came out. This one's a little, I don't know, bland in a way, but not a bad way to start the night out, though. Could have did a little bit more, but I got an Invader award. Damage-wise, a little over 1100. Didn't do too much else aside from capping and making a little bit of credits. But this tank, if you like light tanks, honestly, tier 8 premium light tank, you can't go too wrong with this. Like, yeah, it does have the logo on it. They're probably going to be selling a different version without the logo as far as I know in the future, but really, I didn't care. I just sprang for it. It's definitely, it's kind of on the cheaper side for a tier 8 premium, so it's not going to be for everyone since it is a light tank, but I find it so far, just looking at the stats for it, it's a pretty good purchase if you like lights, and it reminds me kind of a Chaffee, so I kind of have to get it. But in any event, here's this April Fool's mode, the IS 8 ball, which, like, it is kind of a plug for the Masters of Orion game in the background there, but I'm pretty sure there is some version of the moon and moon racing or something on consoles, and I probably would have liked that a little bit better than this, but this is still fun at times. Basically, you're just looking to push people into the lava areas, which I need to be careful. I get myself into too much trouble because I kind of forget that these tanks really do not turn that well. But yeah, after this, I'm probably gonna want to hop into the M41 Walker Bulldog. Gonna start out the night a little light heavy, but if there's any specific tanks people would like to play, I'll gladly get to them. I'm hoping actually sometime this upcoming week. Yes, I'm streaming Wednesday and Saturday again, but I'm gonna try to potentially fit in one more stream sometime in between then. Yep, Simon, I can play the mouse and the E100, especially since I'm a little close there. Let's say since I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, that was a pretty piss poor shot there. I should just drive myself into here. No, you're supposed to stay still for me. He almost got himself into trouble. The only thing I feel like it's kind of lacking is that guy just got freaking basically nuked. Is definitely, it feels like it takes a little bit too long at times, this, but it's starting to kind of snowball here, it feels like. Let's see if I can get this guy going again. That wasn't very nice. Alrighty now. No. It's the second time this has happened to me. Honestly, I would expect them not to allow you to get out here, but I've played, I think, like 2 matches in this aside from this, and this happened to me once before. I got stuck here, and yeah, I pretty much have to quit now. But like I said, this is probably my least favorite of the April Fool's mode that they've put out. Alright, so why don't I'll hop into the... I'm going to start out with the E100 for you, Simon, then I'll play the mouse after that. Alright, kind of like Fjords and a heavier tank like this. Typically you end up going south. The only problem I'm going to see is those top 3 tank destroyers. And being on this side, since I am going to focus down here, in the E100 I can't get up there quick enough, and really over here I don't exactly think it's that good of a spot, but I'm probably going to run into all 3 of these guys, and also these 3 artillery are probably going to start wailing on me down here. But somebody's got to go down there. I'm pretty much the only tank, aside from that VK-4502B, that has armor. There's the Jagged Tiger too, but yeah. But yeah, that game mode, like, I don't know. The Moon game mode's kind of fun, but at the same time, it's like the Carl game mode, and even the other 8-bit game mode last year at some point, I think, or the year before. I think they were a little more fun, and it got you playing a bit more than Spaceballs in the Moon. But I don't know. It is entertaining for at least a handful of matches. This is gonna be a bloodbath. Yeah, we have quite a few people up there, and honestly, if we don't push north hard, which I was kind of expecting to get hit here, which, damn, that... I don't know why that TVP pushed like that, but nonetheless, he did. Come on, AMX, pull back. Pull back. You're here to help you. I'm just getting into this little defensive spot here, but kind of feel bad for him, but he kind of got himself into that mess by himself down there. Because honestly, yeah, like, he shouldn't have pushed out that far. Like, yeah, if I didn't stop for a second, I could have helped him a little bit better, but at the same time, like, you don't just go out there like that. Alright, somebody's coming. I have a feeling it's going to be a crap ton of people I don't want to see. But we'll see. Same time, these guys are playing very, very, very conservatively. Ooh, God. God damn it. I thought my aim was going to be enough there. Luckily, that guy's not exactly a good aim. So I got a little lucky there. I was hoping I hit a little higher on that Jagged Panzer E100, but no luck there. I'm actually going to wait because knowing he's going to crest back up, should get a pretty good shot. Thought I had a shot on his Glacis though, but no luck. But no rush right now. We both have full HP. I'm just going to try to keep myself angled here. And hopefully get a shot off there. Just going to keep my turret angled, and as long as if he doesn't hit the front, he should bounce off of me if he takes a shot. Seeing as these two, the Bat Chat's going to flank around here, I'm actually going to push in here to kind of get the ball rolling. I'm going to try to, deflect that. Just angle pretty heavily and got that pretty easily there. This guy, he keeps rushing his shots, so knowing that, better for me to try to deflect his shot, then fire, than just to take the damage outright. If it was someone who had damaged me with one of those shots earlier, I probably would have spent a little bit more time trying to get damage off and less about deflecting, because there's basically E100 against tier 10 tank destroyers. Yes, your armor's still pretty good, but at the same time, people can really put a hurting on you since your turret's a little bit squishy and you do have that really weak lower Glacis. And it's not in exactly the best spot here, and we're starting to get very much outnumbered. I'd like to head back to the base, but honestly, I don't think that would have done too much, because by the time I got back there, we would have lost all of our tanks over here anyway. Right, dude, you gotta push into this guy. Yes, he's scary, but at the same time, if you don't push into him, he's just gonna hold down and we're gonna be screwed. Alright, this guy's pushing up here. I'll gladly, ooh, no. Thank you. That helped out quite a bit there. It's still gonna be a little bit of a long shot, but thank you, whoever took out that T110E3. Ooh, that was a little heat round there. Thank you, T62A, and I'm gonna die. But oh well. It's like really, E100, like I said, his turret's a little squishy, and getting shot by heat, pretty much everything cuts through you like butter like that. And yeah, it's just something you have to be aware of. Like, even tier 10 tank destroyers, of course, go through you pretty easy, but mediums and heat, they can just pretty much overmatch your thick armor. Peter, I guess really I don't see the need of mods. I don't hate them. Like, I see why people use them, but honestly, I don't feel like dealing with them. And to be honest, I don't know, XVM, I think it's like, I've played the game well before XVM got popular and this whole win rate 8 and everything. It's just really turned the game very toxic, and to me it's done a lot more harm to the game than good. And honestly, like I don't think it benefits me too much, like basically picking out a good player and trying to kill him before a bad player. I pick whoever I think is the bigger threat at the time. It's like, you never know. Like, I make a shit ton of mistakes, and I'm an above average player. And really, I guess, pick enemies based off of where I'm at, situation, and I don't think it matters too much unless you're like playing an SPG and you just focus on one good person to annoy the hell out of them. That I see benefits in, but really, I just think XVM in general, it's probably one of those mods where I think this statistic side of it, that kind of needs to be taken out of the game in a way. I just think it leads to so many people putting people down, and that's my main gripe with it. Like, playing before that, like, you still knew about people's stats and everything, and you could keep track of it, but less in game, where you go into a game and, like, some people, you're like a 40% or a 50% win rate player. Nothing wrong with that, but someone might just single you out and start railing on you the whole game. Hello, GG. Nice to see you here. I almost forgot I was streaming today, but that's more of... I had a surprise party to go to last night for my girlfriend's grandfather, and didn't get home till just before midnight, and I had to get up at 4:30 this morning for work, so I'm feeling it right now. Hello, Abdul. Alright, so that E5 is... Ooh, he's booking it here. Honestly, looking at the town, we're pretty good in the town. I'm going to do something I usually don't do, and I'm going to push more towards the center this time. Usually I don't really head that way, but honestly I think with how my team's set up down there, we have pretty big guns down there. I'm going to be better off here, especially because our team is just kind of feeding them here in the center. Like, it's kind of giving them the damage. I do have to worry about artillery, of course, but I'm going to hopefully cause more damage than I take here. I love brick walls when I'm basically flanking somebody. You can really surprise people since they can't exactly always spot you through them. Oops, I forgot about this guy. Nah, shot a little bit farther than I wanted to towards this track. Thank you, STB1. Ooh, there's a Lorraine. It's a very good spot for him for killing our artillery, but not that he succeeded. Just seeing how the teams are laid out now, honestly, I'm just gonna push right up here. Angle a little bit here. It's like that bat chat's kind of right to hang back a little bit. I'm sure I'm gonna run into one of these tank destroyers or something down here. Yep, there's the 183. But with that bat chat over there, I'm gonna honestly head back now, since we're losing quite a bit of tanks back here. Probably could have done this a little bit differently, but nonetheless, I am here now and I'm stuck in this position. What a crappy position it is, but gotta live with it now, which I'm kind of concerned about artillery, but at the same time, gotta worry about that guy. Trying to put off the inevitable of him chucking a shell at me, but fortunately I got 2 shots off on him without him being able to hit me. Kind of hoping our artillery is able to help me out a little bit, but that would actually be very, very nice if my SVG could take him out. There we go. Or a bat chat, that works as well. But I've lost way too many times on this map to the center just falling out on your team, and you get basically flanked to death. That even at a mouse, not exactly the tank you would think about fighting in the middle with, but honestly, it was definitely the best of my options there. I guess I gotta make sure this T-57 doesn't... Ooh, why did you ram him? Like, why? I'm coming to help, E5. Yeah, I don't know why that bat chat decided to ram that guy. Which I'm swapping over to APCR here. Primarily because we have an E75 and IS-7 over here. And since it's getting a little dicey, I'm gonna definitely swap over. Not that we're in a terrible location here. Granted, they're doing pretty fine down there. That T-34 full HP, and E5's definitely falling behind a little bit, but I'm just going to take a little bit longer approach here. Thought about going right more, but yeah. I think that they'll be fine down there without me. Ooh, shit. I let that guy slip right through my fingers. Big tank, small bridge. I think, honestly, that one bounce I got was an artillery heat shell. But who knows? Basically in the mouse, it's one of the tanks I'm not afraid to just angle the hell out of it, especially my rear. Just hope for the best. Doesn't always work, which this APCR shell is kind of useless here. Waste of money, but it's one of those tanks where sometimes you just gotta park yourself out there and be a pinata for the enemy team. It's not your 100% only role to do in a match, but it definitely helps your team out a lot. Bat chat, I really don't care that you were one away from a Top Gun award. You gotta earn it. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and give it to you. But in any event, Mastery Bag 2nd class, 3,829 damage, not too shabby. Second most amount of experience. Deflected 1,700 and assisted with a little under 1,400. Alright, so I'm gonna actually hop into... Let me first get... I actually forgot to activate this, so let's just get that going. Gonna hop into the Walker Bulldog here, which if there's any other specific tanks anybody would like me to play, please mention them in chat so I can get them for you. About an hour and a half in the stream, so plenty of time still. It was kind of funny waking up with only like a few hours of sleep. I usually don't drink coffee today, and I had a little whatever, a canned coffee drink, and whew, that kept me going till about an hour and a half ago, and then crash. But like I said, after today's stream, I'm going to try to fit in an additional stream this upcoming week, or possibly even like World of Warships or something. I'm going to give it a go again, and I don't know when it's going to be, since this week's kind of up in the air as far as what I'm doing each day, but it's still going to be streaming Wednesday and Saturday. But don't be surprised if, especially if you're a YouTube subscriber, you get a little notification that I pop on and I'm streaming at some other point. But Walker Bulldog here, very similar to the German M41. I was just playing on the same map, same side, same everything. Just tier for tier, a little bit dinkier gun as far as alpha damage goes, but higher rate of fire. And does have a little bit better... Oh god, that was not good for either of us. Yeah, I'm actually going to pull back, honestly. I think that's my best bet here. I'm just going to use these bushes to where... Okay, then never mind, there's the T-37 coming along here pretty damn hard. Yeah, I can play the Fury Abdul. I'll gladly hop into that. channel my inner Brad Pitt. That sounded so lame. Get a little bit of cheap damage there. I love little damage that you might not get because it's a pretty low percentage shot, but it feels so good getting shots like that. Ooh, what are you doing, Persian? I was gonna come up and help you, but diving in like that is not the way to go. Which I'm surprised he's... this Lorraine is... Oh god, don't do that, Lorraine. Alright, I'm spotted now. I was surprised I got a little bit more damage there. If that T-30 wasn't there, I was gonna jump in with that Lorraine, but he kind of put the brakes on that. We're starting to fall behind a little bit here. He's definitely giving props for coming over to help us, but he's a little bit too close for comfort now. I think I'm just going to back up, trying to keep my gun in the game as long as possible, but this is definitely going to turn very bad for us quickly here unless our town somehow wins pretty damn quick, like now. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it too much longer here. I probably should have turned around and ran away, but yeah. Oh well. At least I got one more shot there, but oh well. I was definitely this map, like, I almost would wish, like, I know there's a little roadway through here. I almost wish that there was a clear pathway through here with just a little bit of cover. And it's basically Live Oaks is really just a 2-lane map, which, yes, there's technically a 3rd lane, but really it's not all that useful. Hello, nice cuppa. Yes, Mark, I can hop into the AT-15A after the Fury here. But yeah, just once our team started kind of sitting there and not being able to push forward, kind of got a little complacent, and at that point I didn't want to push out and make a mistake, but honestly it would have probably been better off than just sitting there and letting the enemy get the upper hand on us. Alright, so Fisherman's Bay here. Enemy team definitely has a lot more armor just with that Oni than us. Don't know where I want to go yet. I'm just, with these 3 tank destroyers, they're probably going to end up setting over on this side most likely. So I'm going to stick around the town. Not that the Fury's exactly a good tank for the town, but I'm just basically basing it off of most of our tanks heading over that side, which they are. And this T-25-2 is probably like, shit, like... But I kind of thought our team would go very heavy on the one line, and knowing that, somebody's got to head over there. I actually played it a little bit earlier, GG. I got my first match. I played that. It's a pretty nice tank. It's a little bit gimped since it is a premium tank compared to other tier 8 medium or lights, but it's close enough to where I think it's a pretty good buy, which is why I picked it up. I like light tanks regardless, so... God, why is there a Chaffee here? Unfortunately, I do not have a Firefly. Nice cuppa, sorry about that. Alright. Gotta love another no damage critical hit. I do so many of those. Holy crap, they are definitely pushing pretty damn hard here. I'm actually a little, not lost, but I'm a little bit scared since that T-25 just got evaporated. Trying to position myself to where I can get to this little building without taking too many hits. But luckily this KV-13 didn't push up too much further. Of course there's a little building there. Chaffee, what are you doing? And he's out. Kind of feel, somebody else died. But the Oni's coming up. That's not good. So I basically cannot penetrate him. And somebody's gonna be getting some butt shots on me. No, leave me alone. Pick on somebody a little bit bigger than me. Oh well. But really, I knew that was gonna happen to town, but you gotta try. Like, we couldn't just not go there. Like, yeah, we could have all sat over here, but it still would have been pretty bad. But it could have went a little bit better. I definitely screwed up a little bit. I could have pushed up with that Chaffee and helped him with the KV-13 before the Oni came up, but yeah. Oh well. Bulldog game, not exactly great. But I'll hop back into the Fury after the AT-15 match. But it's like, I like the Fury tank. I think it's a pretty good tank, but at the same time, it's like it's pretty much a easy 8. It's not exactly my favorite type of tank. Essentially a support medium, pretty good DPM, not a lot of armor. But I just find it's a little too sluggish and tall without the armor for my liking, and you really get chewed apart by heavy tanks, as evident from that match. Because even your premium round doesn't have enough penetration to really deal with them. But for matches like that where you can't exactly flank a heavy tank, and especially where I ended up setting up, is definitely a problem. I haven't had any time to play World of Tanks. I'm kind of getting back in the groove of getting screwed over by my positioning. Yeah, it's like sometimes, like, I thought I would have been able to do a little bit more over there before the Oni got up, but sometimes I feel like you just had to abandon the weak flank and go support the strong flank. But at that point, I thought I would have been able to get, like, we would have had a little upper hand, and we would be able to overwhelm that Oni, but that definitely didn't work out. We were on an equal playing field before he arrived, and that just was the nail in the coffin for us. Alright, so I got a pretty good setup here with the enemies I'm facing. I gotta worry about that T-29. But as far as tanks able to damage me, like, yes, they can use premium rounds and get me, but a lot of tanks here will have a little bit of a difficult time penetrating me from the front. Just gotta make sure I'm not gonna get flanked. That's pretty much how I'm approaching where I'm going. It's like I do have a little bit of an opening on my left that I can be, but I'm gonna move up here with this Black Prince. This KV-3 is definitely a... Oh god, dude. How the hell did you run into me? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Don't know how you ran into me, dude, but you did. Just gotta keep an eye on that KV-3 to my right. Oh, hello, Churchill 7. We need someone here. Just so we don't get flanked there. He should pop out here quick, and yeah, no luck. Alright, I'm just gonna push up here. I don't have to worry about this KV-3 anymore. This IS is just being a little bit annoying. Hello, Motar, nice to see you again. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm doing alright. How are you doing? Let's just stick out here. Kind of want it. No, he's not even. Let's say I just want him to waste his first shot. That way I'm not getting his exact. Ooh, I'm surprised I bounced there. That way I'm not getting tracked with my side sticking out. Alright, so I think. Never mind, I'm just gonna push straight here. They're all gonna go after that Churchill 7. Yeah, the AT-15 and the AT-50A, it's definitely a tank where there's another person fucking running into me. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm not going that quick. It's like, I don't know how you run into a tank that goes this slow. Like, I don't know. But it's definitely a tank where it does have its weak spots, especially the loader's cupola on the top of the tank. But it is a challenge if you're in a low penning tank against it to damage it frontally, and that's one of the reasons I like the tank. You just kind of stay at range, you just keep chucking shells at people, and more often than not, unless they swap over to like heat rounds or something, you usually win the fight with your DPM, as long as you don't get flanked, of course. But typically fighting an AT-15 series, just aim up here. You take out one of their loaders and really hurt their DPM, and you can pretty much damage them almost every time through it. I don't know why I turned around here. Honestly, I thought for whatever reason that OI was over this way, but I was mistaken. Kind of surprised though that they didn't. I don't know what they were doing down there. They pushed so far without really accomplishing anything. It's not like we had artillery, and it's not like they were capping either. But pretty quick, easy win. Could have did a little bit more, but still got a mastery badge, 3rd class, just 800 damage. Not too much else, but let's improve upon that Fury game hopefully here. That was pretty bad. Alright, so good old El Haluf encounter. So there's no artillery, which is pretty good. Honestly, I'm probably gonna switch things up a little bit and head south compared to usually heading up north. It's only because, like I said, the E8 doesn't really have any armor. I don't want to get up there and be taking a lot of damage from their tanks that out-alpha me. Even though it has good DPM, really a lot of tanks do more damage per shot, so I find, yes, high DPM tanks are good, but in a lot of cases they're actually worse off in most battles, especially if you're like not platooning, so you can't really take advantage of your high DPM all the time. I'm just getting distracted by chat a little bit. I usually keep an eye on chat just in case if someone's like asking for help for a specific like tactic they want to do or something, but then there's times like that and I'm like, yeah. Alright, so nobody seemed to have pushed down, which I was expecting at least 1 or 2 people, but oh well. Here's that guy, though. And of course I missed him. Great way to start the match out, missing a tank that doesn't even know that you're here. Right, there is that SU-100Y, which that VK is now pointing at my corner. So I'm gonna switch over here. Let's see if I can potentially spot him, but ooh, never mind. I was not expecting that VK to pop out like that, honestly. Alright, so let's see if we can get him out. We do have a T-37, so I'm going to wait a couple seconds till I'm not spotted anymore, just so that SG-100Y has a slightly harder shot on me. I'm going to zip down here, get behind this T-37, hopefully be on my way. Just need to just be a little careful about my HP, since I don't want to lose a massive amount of it. It doesn't help that I just had a 0 damage critical hit there. I gotta love them. I'm trying to get my frontal armor out a little bit, not that it really helps in this scenario. Damn, that KV-1 is... that's an annoying spot. Give him credit, though, for doing damage to me, but at the same time, it was a little bit annoying for that guy to pop over there to hit me. I should have definitely hugged a wall a little bit sooner than I did. Alright, so this guy's got a bit of armor. He also has full HP, so I'm gonna wait for him to come up here, to be honest. Have a little bit of difficulty there, T-34. Alright, there's that Jagged Panther now. So I'm gonna actually bump out a little bit over here. That T-34-85M should be able to deal with that KV-1 if he encounters him. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Shit, that's not good. Here we go, one more hit should do it here. Really, at this point, with not a lot of HP, I'm just trying to help my team out wherever possible. Keep my gun in the match. I might be more useful later on. Take this T-34. Still think he's going to be fine there. Which I do have to worry about this guy over here. So I'm not too concerned about him right now. With where he's at, he's not in a very good spot. Don't know what this M4 is doing way back there, but here's hoping that they can actually help me. You know, I'm pushing over here, and I'm gonna be kind of teetering on the edge of where I'm safe or not. Just gonna kind of use this spot, hopefully. There we go. Headshot. I just kind of had to say that. That was a pretty lucky shot. Okay, so I am pretty much within his view range now, so I have to kind of huff it here and hope for the best. Alright, I'm good enough now where I can take a shot. That guy's a little angry, like, dude, you're sitting all the way in the back and he kept popping over with no cover whatsoever. But in any event, a little bit better match here in Fury. Just this time you get to play it really carefully. You don't have a lot of HP. You're pretty tall for a medium. It's like your size isn't gigantic, but the height itself is what matters. And it's just it can be hard at times to play with a lot of higher alpha tanks in the mid tiers now. And all in all, 846 damage. Those 3 tanks in the north did a fantastic job, but I think I did a pretty good job in the south for what I was given down there. Alright, so let's see, maybe I'll hop into the M41 tank, since that's a new one. Pretty decent first match in it earlier. Might as well hop in it again. So you got, to me, the best part about this tank is, if you like light tanks, being able to make a decent profit in a premium light tank, which, as you see, a lot of other people bought it as well, which kind of be expected the first couple days of any premium tank. You see a lot of them, but this is definitely a pretty good one. it's not exactly, say, some people like overpowered, but being a tier 8 light, it could have been honestly a little bit worse off, and it still would have been considered a pretty good premium. But essentially, terrain resistance and mobility excellent. The gun depression with -8 and not -10 compared to some tier 8 mediums, that's probably the biggest downside I find, is just the lack of the gun depression. It's not a huge concern because it's still good, but it does make you just peek over just enough to where your entire turret can be hit and a little sliver of your hull, which just makes you pretty damn vulnerable at times. No, I wanted to stop a little bit sooner. I was just expecting him to pop over. Yeah, how about I wait? I'm not just gonna... Matches like this, I wish I had more HE rounds. Okay. I might be playing a little bit too safe here, but at the same time, I don't want to... Because I don't have a very good crew in this. So I don't have good camouflage. Don't have 6th sense. And that's kind of a big deal. Did just pop him for a decent amount of damage, but at the same time, I'm in a pretty bad spot now. I shouldn't have pushed out like this, honestly. And we're gonna get not massacred, but we're gonna take quite a bit of losses here. I'm probably gonna end up dying, honestly. Ooh, shit. Let's just pop him. Here's all my HE rounds, but I was just waiting for you, buddy. It's like if I didn't have HE loaded, I would have tried to take a crack at that STV-1 again. Ooh, shit, I'm dead. Or not. Now I'm probably dead. There we go. Let's get him out. I think that was well worth it. That 113's still up there, which, ooh, maybe. Kind of squeak out of here. Keep my gun in the game. I got a little bit lucky there. But hopefully I can get enough distance between me and them to where I can start taking shots from back here again. Here we go. Penetration wise, I'm probably not going to do too well against this 113, but I might get lucky and hit his lower glacis. But I gotta get back just a hair bit further. Shit, it's that gun depression issue again. I'm gonna try to make sure they don't flank this guy. Right, we do have the E5 over here, but just want to make sure they're gonna be all right here. It's like, this is definitely, we're getting a little bit behind here. I'm gonna try to squeak over to the left here. There is still an M41 potentially over here, so I gotta take a little bit of a gamble, I feel. Which, if there's any specific tanks anybody wants me to play after this, please mention them. Like, there's a slight delay on the chat, but I'll be able to get to them most likely if you say it in the next minute or so. I hope I stay alive for that much longer, but yeah, with this guy pushing, it's definitely going to be a little iffy now. Avenge me! No! Oh well. I took a chance just shooting him and hoping that my shell hit him in the lower glacis, but yeah. At that point, I was kind of lucky I survived for that long, but this tank, It's a pretty good. If you like light tanks and you want a premium tier 8, it does help if you, of course, have a German light crew, which I don't. But really, I just like this tank and picked it up because, like a lot of other high tier light tanks, your HE shell, 102 millimeters penetration, pretty damn good. The heat round, 250, you can work with that in tier 10 matches. And 182 for AP works for most tanks. Just heavier tanks and some tank destroyers you'll struggle with, of course. So, why don't we just hop into the T92 since it's sitting here. Let's see if my luck is doing good this match. Since T92 can really be a doozy. Like, I only take it out maybe once or twice play session, just because anymore and you'll definitely pull your hair out over time. So I'm ended up setting up just over in this area. I like setting up here because you get a slightly better angle on A2. Alright, Abdul, I'll play the KV-2 after this. Saw that right after I hopped into the battle here. And I'll gladly hop into the bat chat later on, since I know you like, or French. I'll play some sort of French tank. Maybe I'll play like the Lorraine or AMX 1390. I need to keep reminding myself that I have more tanks than just American tanks at times. I just really like American tanks. It's like it's my most played nation, just because they're usually generalist tanks in a lot of areas, and I find they work pretty well in most situations and random battles. Hello, Toad. Nice to see you. Ooh, I see an E4 over here. Yeah, I can hop into the 183 as well. Nice cuppa. Come on. Be nice to get one more spot on him. But there we go. Don't know how much damage that caused. Never good to watch your shots, especially since that VK is not in position yet. I don't want someone to pop in there potentially. But yeah, nice to see you, Toad. If there's any specific tank you'd like me to play, feel free to mention it in chat, and I can hop into that. Or if you have any questions about World of Tanks or World of Warships. It's like I'm very tempted to aim towards that T62, but they gotta spot somebody here in a second, like that guy. All right, is he? Oh God, he's pushing. Okay. Hesitate a little bit too long there. I did hit somebody. I did not see a splash there. Looks like I hit that IS-7 and whew, did a little bit of damage to him. I'm just a little bit concerned with how my team's set up. I'm going to have to get out of here in a hurry, and it's not exactly what the T92 is known for anymore. It used to have pretty good mobility, but not anymore. Don't let him get in there and reload. God damn it. At least I got a little bit of damage, but I should reload in time to hit the waffle next. I don't think that shot was aimed towards me, but honestly, I was about to say it's starting to get a little dicey here. Nice GG. Yeah, the Russian mediums are pretty good. Can't really go too wrong with them. Pretty much they have a line for every type of medium you'd like to play. Sorry, 23. I don't speak Russian. All right. God damn it! Why'd I do that? I knew he was gonna pop out just with how long they reload. So at least I have a pretty decent bearing on him. I just gotta aim back in, of course. and of course they killed him. Which, great, they killed him, but I wasn't expecting them to take him out like that, but still good. A little bit of damage. I say that because in the T92, it is a bit of damage. Like, for a normal tank, yeah, it's a lot of damage, but you sacrifice so much in this tank for your splash radius and alpha damage that if you're not doing a shit ton of damage each shot, really it is a little bit of damage because it's just not worth it at times. Alright, so I need to actually move up further, but these guys, of course, tuck back a little bit. I'd very much appreciate it if they pulled out just a hair bit further. Like that. I'll gladly take that. Goodbye, AMX CDC. I was hoping for both of them, but this is going to be a pretty expensive match because I'm using premium, but it is still close. Alright, so we need eyes down there. Even though with them sitting on the cap, I'm not too worried. Looks like it's maybe the T-34 sitting on cap. Yep. Yes, he is. I'm going to try to nail this E100 here. I assume they're getting flanked from the rear. He's going to... never mind. Maybe he's not going to push forward. But... and he's dead. Another wasted like 5 billion credits for that. Unfortunately, Mark, I don't have a crew for the Centurion MK7 anymore. I do have the Centurion Action X, though. I can play that for you. They're pretty similar, but... sorry, I ended up moving my crew up to the Action X, and I'm waiting on getting a crew for the Centurion once a sale happens. But after this, I can play the KV-2, then the 183mm, and if you'd like, I can play the Action X after that. I don't know why exactly I moved up. For whatever reason, I thought the game was gonna be over pretty damn quickly, but in any event, I guess missed all that HP for the E4. But I'll try to get a hit on this guy. No, I want you to stay where you were. I'm a little mad at myself. I could have got another pretty good shot off here, but kind of ruined it for myself. I was a little distracted with talking and less about playing. Oh well. Yeah, at least I should have a shot on this M40. Which, great accuracy in the T92. I didn't damage him or do anything to him. Yay. Or wait, maybe I did damage him, or... yeah. Did something. Alright, so then, yeah, I'll play the KV-2, 183, then I'll hop into the Centurion MK7. It's just about the halfway point in the stream, so if there's any other tanks or questions, feel free to mention them now, since with those 3 tanks, that'll get me to about maybe 720-ish, and I'll just keep on going, picking different tanks. I'll try to hop into the new M41 premium. Crap, I kind of reset my aiming there. I have a feeling if he's not in the south there, he's going to be right in this little divot back here, which might as well give it a shot there. I was probably like, he's right there. Yup. I knew it. There's so many people hide back there, which I don't get it. Like, hiding back there early on, you're making your... he just ran himself to death. You're making your accuracy that much worse by putting yourself that much further from the battle. Hello, Magnus. Nice to see you. Alright, so Mastery Badge, 3rd class. A little under 2,800 damage. Lost a bit of credits because of the premium. Unfortunately, we lost Serene Coast, but that wasn't too much of a shock there. But did my best there. 1,200 damage, not too shabby for a tier 8 light. Definitely did the most out of the M41s there. And not too much else, but still, the tank, it's a pretty good tank. It's definitely not going to be the largest money earner of the tier 8 premiums, and also basically the best to win matches all the times, but it's a pretty good light tank and still makes decent profit. Definitely helps though when you're not facing off against 10s. Alright, so KV-2 tier 8 match. Gonna try to hang in the back. Not that the KV-2's a sniper, but matches like this, you don't have enough HP to really be on the front lines here, and people know you have a pretty big gun, weak armor, so they're just gonna try to focus and get you out of the match once you're spotted. So knowing that, I'm probably gonna set up somewhere over here because I have a little bit of hard cover. That way I can potentially get shots off here, down south, whatnot. I could head to the 9-0 line, but honestly, you get 1 or 2 shots off in a situation like this down there. There's not enough hard cover, typically, and to get a shot on an enemy, you're going to get shot by 1, 2, 3, 4 enemies or artillery. I find over here, you have a little bit more wiggle room. Not always, because you can get yourself into trouble over here, but typically, if I'm a lower tier on this map, I try to stick over in the 1 to 5 line instead of the 6 to 0 line. T25-2, I don't think I have that. I could be wrong, but honestly, it's like that line. I pushed through that even before that came out. After they kind of shook up the tech trees, I was already at the T30. So, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I have it. It's like I can eventually, at this point, I'm kind of just amassing credits again. That way I can buy tanks that people want me to buy. So I'll definitely keep that in mind, which, yeah, I made a little bit of a stupid call by pushing up here like this. I was about to say, I'm gonna try to get that shot off, but he was smart and he pulled back there. Oh, there's a CDC over there. I was like, holy shit, like, I'm actually really afraid. I was about to say, and of course I fucking missed him. Like, I'm actually really afraid to, oh shit, kind of in a line of fire here. I shoot my own guy there, but I really wish I had aimed for another second, because that's a pretty big miss there with him still alive. Okay, Mr. Dude, don't push me. Don't push me, don't push me, don't push me! Oh my god. So you guys, I shouldn't have missed that tiger, but I only missed him because this guy's freaking pushing me all around. Like, dude, you're ruining my accuracy, or you're messing everything up there. Alright, so why don't I just smack that guy for a bit of damage there. Or I'll say a little bit of damage. But at this point, those 2 missed shots were pretty big, which... Why did you just push? I see the KV-2 on my right. I'm probably going to regret it. Maybe I'm not. But, like, why would that guy push out there? Like, that object 416 did not need to push out there. And he did. I don't know. I'm baffled sometimes at what people do. I have a very small shot, and of course I missed him. I took a little bit of a gamble going there, and unfortunately, yeah, it's gonna cost me a bit now, because this guy should be able to damage me before I get, repaired, and I don't have a very good crew in this, so he's just gonna be able to take me out most likely, or not. Maybe I'm a little lucky here. I'm gonna try to pull back a little bit. I'm still probably gonna end up dying. That KV-2 is probably gonna push into me. Cool, thank you, SPG. God damn it. I clicked a half second too late. I don't know. This match, I'm kind of railing on myself here because I missed 3 or 4 shots that I should have made, and it probably would have switched things up a little bit. But yeah, without full repair, people can perma-track you in a KV-2. Alright, so moving on to the 183 millimeter. Whoops, wrong way. Gotta go the other way for British tanks. I just always think American tank, British tanks, but it's not ordered that way. Daniel, the best premium tank, just based on credits, if I'm not mistaken. Well, of course, IS-6, but I believe the Jagged Tiger 8.8 is the highest profit earning tier 8 premium. I know you can't purchase it normally in game anymore, but I think as far as statistically goes, that is the highest, I think, net earning one. But the IS-6, I believe, is right up there, along with the kind of IS-6 clones with the WZ-111, the one, I forget what it is, the 112, but honestly, they're all pretty similar. Even though I think the Jagged Tiger 8.8 is the highest, it's only the highest by a smidgen. Really, all tier 8 premiums, except for probably the light tank now, are on equal footing. Yeah, it's like, honestly, the KV-2 problems I was having there, they were primarily my fault, but it didn't help that the T-20 bumped me when I was about to take that shot, and, well, not even just bumped me, he was grinding up all over me. And I don't know why our tank pushed out like that. I have no words for that. Like, he was doing fine. Like, yeah, he had a low HP, but just pushing haphazardly into that guy, it made no sense at all. But when you're low tier in a tank that really only has one job with spamming HE, it's what you run into sometimes. You can't exactly help your team out too much in other areas. Ooh, Lord. What are you doing, Lorraine? Like, I have no words for that either. So I should. God damn it. I kind of hate myself for that. I thought I had that shot in the lower glacis, but a little bit too risky with shooting it with that building in part of my aiming circle. But man, we're losing tanks quick, and that was a very, very big miss. Wish I had an AP round right here, but it'll do. It's like with AP it would have saved me some credits and 100% would have killed him. I wasn't all too confident if I hit a piece of his track armor if I would have killed him or not. So I'm actually hoping... Alright, so this FV is trying to flank... Ah, shit. Why'd I do that? So I was about to say, this FV is trying to flank us, but he's leaving his E5 out here alone, so me and this E75 should be able to push. It's just I need to wait for the fucking E75 or... Excuse me there. Sorry, buddy. I'm just gonna cut in front of you here. And... Are you kidding me? I hit his gun. I was trying to hit the turret cheek. But this tank is pretty much the epitome of RNG base. So playing the KV-2 and this back-to-back is definitely dicey. Whoa, whoa, somebody's pushing me. Please don't do that. Like, yeah, I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that. But yeah, this definitely did not turn out in our favor, to say the least. It didn't help that I screwed up, I think, 2 of my shots, but at the same time, it was a long shot, even if I landed every single shot. Hell, even if I one-shot everybody over here, it was still a long shot. But I definitely could have came out this a little bit better. I find myself using Hesh a little bit too much in this. But oh well, let's move on to the Centurion. Maybe I'll hop back into the KV-2 183 just to kind of have a better match in them. The Panther M10, I don't know. It's not a bad premium, but honestly, I don't... It's like I steer clear of it. It's like I thought about picking it up a couple times, but only because I've been staring at premium tanks for years now and contemplating picking up them or not. But really, I don't know. I just always stayed away from... I didn't think it was really all that special. It's not a bad premium, but there just wasn't too much special about it to warrant picking it up, I feel like. But nonetheless, it's not a bad choice. It does make credits, but I don't know. But then again, I don't play too much German tanks. It's like I do have the E100 and the mouse line, and now I have the M4190 GF, but outside of that, I don't play too many Germans except for low tiers and basically the heavy tanks. So that might have part to do with it, is there's no real crew training aspect for it for me. Alright, so I gotta be a little careful over here. Centurion Action X has very weak and poorly armored ammo rack, and you can get damaged pretty reliably if they get punched through your frontal armor in this thing. It definitely doesn't help that I want it to be basically where this M41 is, but I'm not gonna jack his spot. Ooh, that Leopard 1 stopped in a pretty bad spot. Oh shit, there's a waffle tracker. It's kind of a strange showing here. I'm gonna try to get down low here. But it's definitely weird, the placement of enemies, and even not our tanks. Our tanks are kind of in the typical spot, but just weird seeing the enemy team push like this. Definitely catching me off guard a little bit, but I'm not in a very good position for this bat chat right now. But nonetheless, I'm gonna try to get up here to help, because he blew through. God damn it! Hit his track. Oh shit, this E50's coming in hot now. Here we go. It's a pretty nice ram, but better for us to take him out than to let him weasel away. Here we go. Now I'm gonna try to push back just to help nip these guys in the flank here. Gotta keep an eye on getting shot in the back myself here. I saw that AMX low HP, which is the main reason I came over here, but... Ooh, that E50 has... It's got the long gun on that. Ooh, you don't see that all too often. Sorry, T-57, I couldn't really help you too much there. But Centurion, great medium tank. It's just, it's a little bit large, so I got a little lucky pushing through a couple of these spots, but it's just with the large hull, you are a pretty nice, juicy target for people to hit. It's not like you're a T-62A that's pretty low to the ground and has a decent amount of armor to it. Alright. I don't trust, like I know I'm facing this Tiger 2 wrong way, but don't trust this T-34 entirely, to be honest. Surprise! Alright, there we go, get you out of there. Nice thing though is, like a lot of the newer tier 10 mediums, you almost never need to use anything other than your standard APCR. So I gotta carry a little bit of heat just in case I run across like a E100 or something where I need a little bit more raw penetration for thick armor, and a bit of HESH just in case. Like I'm against a lot of lightly armored, say like Bat Chats or something. I'll just load HESH because if you land those shots, it's well worth using HESH over your APCR. It's just definitely a little bit more of a gamble, but Centurion is a great tank. It's just limiting the amount of damage you're taking, especially in your hull, because you'll definitely occur ammo rack damage more often than not. Not that bad of a mess though. Mastery badge, 3rd class, 3,500 damage. Not too much else, just a little bit of block, a little bit of assist, a little bit of a decent profit, but yeah, before that, with the 183 here, we definitely we kind of deserve that loss there. But why don't I hop back into that since that was a pretty lame match. See if I can improve upon that. Which I'll try to hop into the KV-2 after this, just to have a different match than that as well. But after that, if anybody has any other tank suggestions, I'll gladly hop into something different. Maybe I'll try... Alright, I'll play the KV-2, and then after that I'll hop into the AMX 1390 and give that a go. Here's the hoping somebody does a quick spot in the field. We have two T-54 lightweights and that M4190. So here's hoping one of the three of them just kind of peeks out somewhere here. I like to just barely do a little loop, dive down here, and run away. Hello, Jinxed. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hello, Penny, as well. Okay, not liking too much of my chances here. Nobody's exactly spotting where they should. Our base is pretty light-handed, honestly. Alright, I don't like staying in the base, but I'm gonna have to hang around here somewhere, or else we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. It'd be very nice if he would pop up, but these two guys, whew, they definitely dove on in there, say the least. Against an IS-7, that's kind of a waste of two tanks. Oh well, but I don't know. I really hate sitting in the base. I'm probably going to push up over here. That way I can help the base and also potentially get a shot in the hill. Unfortunately, I do not have the FV4202. It's doing alright, Jinx. It's still a little early in the season, so not exactly busy, but still the same amount of hours. Not too bad though. Just a lot of cleaning, organizing, but all's going well. Still surprised that T-54 is hanging in down there, but at least he's drawing in some people. Of course somebody's sitting in there to spot me. Come on, we need a spotter back there. So I'm gonna try to just inch up a little bit more here. There we go. So I'd say I know somebody's over there. It's just getting close enough to actually see him. But this IS-7 booking it over here. This Type 5. Honestly, this Hesh round's gonna be a little iffy against him. But nonetheless, I'm gonna take it. But better for me to be over here than taking a lot more damage if I was back where the T-34 is. There we go, let's just get him out. I would never push across the field in that thing when there's this many tanks left. Just keep them spotted and keep them where I can hit them, and this T-34 should be fine, but yeah, unfortunately, don't get close. There we go. It's expensive to snipe in this thing, but you're almost guaranteed to do damage in this thing, as long as if you hit. That's not good, GG. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me. Alright, so the ST-1 is still, he's a little bit outside of where I can hit. But I'm gonna try to just inch up here to see if I can get a shot on one of these guys over here. That would be excellent. Or maybe this Waffle Tragger, or basically just anybody over on this side of the map. Here we go. There's a little bit of a shot there. Alright, basically just sitting out here in the open, but alright, waiting for him to pull up, and there we go. Not a lot of damage there, but better to take a tank out than to leave him alive. Alright, so that mouse, he should be perfectly fine back there with that ST-1. So I'm going to move up with the Rumba. Or the Borsig, whatever you want to call it. I call it the Rumba. Yep, somebody sees me here. I'm gonna draw a little bit of attention. Nobody wants to get flanked by this tank. Yeah, there's the Ferdinand back there. There we go. Oh no, don't do it, 183. At least I got him. I got like no view range. There we go. Yeah, you're gonna want to get away from me. It's like I'm probably gonna end up dying, but honestly, this is the perfect time for these guys to push. Fortunately, he killed the E100, but the whole reason I pushed out there was for our guys to move up, and yet we have an IS-7 all the way back there. And, yeah. But here's the hoping they're doing good. I guess I was being a little bit more, I don't know, lackadaisical there, just pushing out into the open, but I was kind of hoping we would have got both the T-30 and the E100, but yeah, we're still in a pretty good position here. Yeah, without any arty, really, it makes the gameplay completely differently. Like, personally, I like matches with arty, but when there isn't any, I definitely approach the game very differently than I would otherwise. Whew, that Ferdinand lit that guy up. This is actually getting a little different here, a little too close. But in any event, yeah, let's just hop out of here. All right, so said I'd play the KV-2 again, I believe. Yeah. And then after that, I'll hop into the AMX 1390. Any other tanks after that, feel free to mention them. I'll probably have time after these two tanks here to play maybe 2 more matches, and then I'll be done at 8 p.m. tonight. And then, like I said earlier, I'll be streaming again next Wednesday and next Saturday, same time, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to pop on for another stream at some point this week, too. Yeah, I actually like artillery. I don't think it's implemented the best. I'll admit that. But I like basically the concept of artillery, because otherwise, I just think the game's... It just lacks another... It's kind of like... I find it easier to explain about World of Warships. World of Warships, I think it's a great game, but currently it's a little annoying with the amount of torpedoes, but once you take aircraft carriers and the aerial aspect out of World of Warships, it's fucking boring. Like, I won't sugarcoat it. I hate matches of World of Warships that don't have carriers in it, even if I'm not playing a carrier. I just find it too one-dimensional. World of Tanks it's not as bad as that, but without artillery, it definitely makes the game... I don't know, it just makes it, not to say easy, but it's just... For some tanks, you just go hold down, laugh at people if you don't get flanked. It's kind of easy mode, but it just reduces the amount of possibilities that can happen in a match. I should say that without artillery. It's the whole 2 or 3 lane, 4 lane maps. Without SPGs, it just becomes whoever has more tanks gets the most damage in a flank. It's over. So that's my thought on it. But I won't get into too much of a rant about artillery. It's just, from playing as long as I have, already's gone through several changes, and they haven't touched it in well over a year now. But the most recent drastic change they did definitely hurt it for the worse, and a lot more people complain about it now ever since they have changed it, and that's one of the problems. So hopefully they end up fixing it. But yeah, who knows when or if or how or yeah, if they even care. Alright, so hopefully we stop losing tanks here. It's not exactly smart. I hate using that spot, honestly. I know it's an important spot for your team, but it's just so many people go there and don't play it effectively. I'm gonna hope that nobody's over here, and I'm gonna try to just get barely... Ooh, God, there's a FV over there, but fortunately for me, he's... Right, maybe he is... Go, just hit him a little bit, but he's definitely gonna start chewing on my HP here in a few seconds if I'm not careful. Thank you for dinging off of me. Just got to be a little bit careful here. I'm just going to pull back into the bushes to where if he does push over, he's going to take a lot of damage once I spot him. Unfortunately, I don't have that FV tank mark. As far as SPGs go, I can play the M53 since I played the T92 or the FV304. I'll try to spot. Okay, they got the E8 to shoot at, so I'm gonna just hold back for a second. I just don't want to get myself into too much trouble here. Hello, Mr. AMX. I probably should have popped over to plink you. At least I got them spotted here. Guide my shell, Stalin. It definitely wasn't worth me pushing over there, but here's the hoping. I'm gonna use this little depression here to hide for a few more seconds from this FV. But he's definitely gonna get a pretty good shot on me. Here we go. I'll take that. Yep, I'll hop into that next mark, that FV304. Yeah, I find the American line is pretty great. Yeah, the 122 millimeter is definitely a great gun. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the whole, like, 43% player telling you to learn to play or whatever. I just think some people, I don't know. I find it comes from both sides, good, bad, like middle ground players. Like, it's just to make the whole XVM thing again. Take it out of the game. Game will be a lot less toxic. I played well before XVM came out, and the game was a more enjoyable game before then. They have the tools to do it. They do it in World of Warships. You can hide your stats from being collected from sites like that. So they can do it to World of Tanks if they wanted to. So Mastery Badge 3rd class. Not too much damage. Didn't do too much, but in the end of the day, at least I kind of held the hill for my team. Alright, so next up I had the AMX 1390, then FV304. If I can find it, I'm just being a little retarded here. Here we go. Don't have a great crew in this. Like, I don't have 6th Sense. I guess I have a little bit of camouflage training. But usually I guess play this more as a damage dealer, which you should, than a light tank for spotting. Yeah, the T92 is, I don't know, it's almost a downgrade coming from the M53, M55. So honestly, it's not that big of a deal if you don't push past it. It's like a lot of clans and clan wars and for competitive play actually use the 53, 55 over the T92. Unless things have changed recently. Like, honestly, usually I do a little scouting run in the beginning, since I'm not loaded with my clip yet, but seeing the amount of lights on my team and their team, I'm kind of going to forego that. I'm going to head straight up to the hill here, and going to set up in the position before. I kind of like that position because you can get some shots into the center, and also shots into the hill, of course. Yeah, I don't think they need to ban mods outright like that. I just mean as far as the stats go for players. Once that entered the game, basically the hate getting thrown around matches and whatnot increased like tenfold. Because before you had to kind of look outside of the game, even if it was just in the garage and stuff, you could see them. I'd be fine with, but It's just in matches. I don't think it should be seen there. Like, it doesn't matter too much in my opinion. But what do I know? Alright, so we don't have a lot of people in the center, so I'm not too worried about spotting here. Yeah, that is a good thing about the 53-55 is being able to run away. And also, more importantly, move around the map. Okay. Don't have... Yeah, great. Nice, wasted a shot there. Alright, so I'm kind of using this bush here as a little bit of cover. But we're about to be pushed on. Alright, so... Yeah. Thanks, Shell, for going all the way over that way. Let's get a little bit of damage off here. And hopefully I'm not going to get spotted. Yeah, this guy's using my spot as well. However, he's too close to the bushes to when he's going to fire. He's going to be seen from these guys. If you hang back far enough, you can't be seen from over here. Ooh, this E5's pushing a little bit too close for comfort. Honestly, I'm actually going to bail here. Kind of wish I had APCR. I would have actually toughed it out, to be honest, if I had APCR loaded. But yeah, with just AP, it's not worth it. Ooh, he's gonna potentially try to get some damage off on me, but yeah, I can't do damage there with my shell diving down like that. Ooh, I'm regretting pulling back here. I should have just kept running away. But yeah, I didn't... Like, I knew there was quite a bit of people over here, but honestly, I didn't think that there was this much. Alright, let's see what we can see here with the Conqueror. At least I tracked him, but I'm gonna definitely regret it. Doesn't help that I'm getting no damage hits here, which... Yeah, I'm dead. Oh well. It's like, I have no, like, what the hell is going on? Like, I know they pull back to help here, but seeing as we had the advantage over here, you push that early on. Take your advantage, go with it. You don't just sit there and kind of squander it, but oh well. Yeah, I hate basically no damage critical hits, but yeah, I definitely know with the AMX 1390 you're gonna have to deal with that, especially if you don't use APCR all the time, which it's kind of easy mode in a way. It's almost like playing a high tier medium tank with the amount of penetration you gain with APCR, but yeah. Alright, so FV304 here. Maybe after this I'll pop back into the new M41 Premium 8 tank. Played it a few times tonight, but I'll hop into it again. Alright, so I'm gonna support the hill here. I'm gonna move as close as possible. Yeah, the AMX 1390, it's a great tank. I even like the Lorraine, and the Bat Chat is fun. I'm not the best at it, but nonetheless, it's not a bad tank. But 1390 is a great tank. It's just maps like that. It's a little hard because there's no real hard cover and flanks for you to dart in, kind of use a building to hide you from more than the tank that you're shooting. So, Type 58 Emil. I might have that. I could be wrong. I don't know if I have that. Yeah, the AMX, ELC AMX is a pretty hard tank to play. Alright. Yeah, I've sold the AMX 1390 once before. Alright, now time to help my team here. I was a little too far back to begin with. Alright. Be prepared to get annoyed by the British tank. Definitely got to keep moving forward to get my shell time down. Or shell, basically, shell trajectory. I'm lost. Like I said, I have very little sleep I'm working off of. My brain's kind of fried right now. I'm surprised I haven't like flipped my tank over on the side or. Hello, Joseph. Nice for you to join us. You can always catch it later. Yeah, Emil. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I do have the Type 60. I have the Type 62, Type 64. Unfortunately, I don't have that Chinese tank. I have the WZ-132. So our team's actually doing fairly well here, which is sometimes bad for this little SPG. Right, we do have problems back there, but fortunately I can kind of run away. And maybe I'll stay here. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm still working towards the T-49. I don't exactly like the autoloader on the Bulldog though. I like the standard gun on it. Now or never to push, guys. It's like we're getting flanked here. It's like either you push or we're gonna basically all suffer the consequences here. Alright. Yeah, it's pretty late. Yeah, I got home at midnight last night. Got up 4:30 to work today and got home at 3, so I gotta get back up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. I don't have the T-49 yet. I'm still at the Bulldog, so unfortunately I don't have that. I'll have it in, I'm hoping, maybe next month. My in-game name for World of Tanks, or World of Warships, they're both C_Menz. Our T-29 here is definitely playing a little bit too conservatively, to say the least. Kind of hoping that the Hummel doesn't whack me. See, I don't know why he's freaking afraid. Like, he's just gonna sit here and get artied. Like, just go, dude. Must be nice not to have to work. I can't wait for that day. I don't mind work too much, but definitely, I don't know. I feel like I kind of have a old person's mentality, and I think I'll enjoy it when the time comes. But who knows? I know nothing. I'm only 25. I have an account on pretty much every server except for the Russian server, but I only play my North American account, of course. Alright, so I'm just gonna run out here and do something stupid. Hi, Chaffee. You gonna try to shoot me? No, you're not gonna try to shoot me. He is gonna try to chase after me here. Or maybe he isn't. I'm actually kind of surprised I'm still alive. If I have to be honest. Oh Lord. Oh God. I did not want to shoot there. Like, did not want to kill him. And he definitely rammed that guy. Yeah, I don't use any mods, so I get some mods, might be nice, but I'm probably never gonna use mods, so. Don't shoot. No. Oh well. Unless he somehow misses me. Or not kills me like that. Take that. I'm definitely dead now. In any event, got 12 minutes left here, so I'm going to hop into the M41. And maybe there might be a match after that, but this might be my last match coming up here. Yeah, ended up losing a lot tonight. Did a little under 1,300 damage, not too shabby for an FV304. It's definitely a hard tank, or basically a hard SPG to play if either your team's doing too well, or if your team's starting to fall behind, it can be difficult for you to get that one big hit in for your team. Especially if it's a different flank, because you're not going to have the range to reach it. But pretty well balanced arty. It could be very good, or it could be very bad. Yeah, I know about the battle assistant mod, and I follow what mods people are using and whatnot, since I get asked a lot of questions about it. But me personally, I'm completely fine playing games in their quote-unquote vanilla version. I've really never been into modifications at all for any games. I've tried them in World of Tanks before. I used to use ones to help out with performance, and like I've tried XVM and whatnot. They're just not for me. Like, nothing wrong about that. I don't care about if people use mods, and me using mods isn't that big of a deal. Alright, so I'm going to try to mesh in with the little medium tanks down here. I'm going to start out with a HEP round. I'm banking on all these guys pushing in here with me, or else this could turn pretty ugly. Hi. Ooh, T-49 without the big gun. You don't see too many of those. He probably just doesn't have it unlocked though. Take that. Yeah, it's like a lot of people are... I've seen a lot of these Bulldogs running around. It's a pretty good tank. It's like I'm just messing around with HE right now. I'm hoping to catch a light tank with it. but I probably could swap over to heat for these guys, honestly. I was just hoping that I'd definitely get one of these other Bulldogs over, or not Bulldog, M41s. M4190 essentially. But yeah. I'm gonna keep an eye on, which I don't know why those guys are running away from this side. We could definitely use the help. Probably gonna take a shot here, but I think it was worth it to get that one hit in. I have a feeling the enemy's definitely gonna try to push into us here soon. Patton, look out on your right. Came over to here to help you out, buddy. Warpack's not allowed at all. Basically, if anyone's found using it with actual proof, you can be pretty much banned for it. It's just not always the easiest thing to prove that someone's using it unless they're stupid enough to upload like images or a video of them using it. God damn it. I was about to say I'm probably gonna take a shot, which hell, he just used a frickin' HESH round. Or not a HESH, a heat round on me. Talk about overkill. Oh god. Maybe that T-54 isn't coming over my way. Thought he was, but granted, I just flung a heat round at a light tank, but at the same time, a little bit worse when the WZ-120 is doing it to you. All right, it's definitely iffy for me to push. Like, our team's not doing bad, but if I can get a shot on somebody, it'll definitely help them out. At the same time, I definitely have to be a little careful here because I'm one-shottable myself, and ooh, thank you very much. I got Artie, for whatever reason, focusing on me. And I'm dead. I pulled a little bit too far back there, to be honest. I thought I was good pulling back a little bit further than where I should have, but oh well. In any event, I would have only got one more shot off and died anyway, but I was just trying to pull him in, and he didn't exactly fall for that. So, why don't I play? I haven't exactly played. I've played a Russian heavy tonight. I've pretty much played a little bit of everything, but I wanna hop into. When I hop into the IS-7, and this will be my last match of tonight. It's like if you missed the stream, it'll re-upload as a normal video like always. Otherwise, I'll be back Wednesday and Saturday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, it's like you'd be surprised what people send you. I get things every now and then. Nothing with people like using Warpack or cheating or whatnot, but you'd be surprised at the things people send you, and I'm not even as popular as Quickie Baby, but yeah, some of the things that go through some people's minds. It's like I've had countless people asking if they could copy my like articles and website stuff and post it on their website for free, and like, yeah, we're just sharing it, and they're trying like to build basically a whole website around it. I'm like, but no. Not to sound mean, it's like, but I like definitely, I don't mind people sharing my stuff and whatnot and using it around if someone needs help, but at the same time, trying to make money off of someone else's work is definitely not that great. Sorry about that, Jinx. There's a, of course, about 30-40 second delay, so couldn't see her request in time. Alright, so we got this bat chat here. Definitely want to flank him and get my frontal armor pointed towards him. Alright, so I don't know if that guy's still there, but I'll still take a crack at him. But it's this T-49 all the way up here. I gotta be a little careful I don't get popped in the butt. So I'm actually going to wait and see. It's like we got a lot of people over here, but nobody's pushing. So I'm not going to push the envelope because, yep, this E100 is going to slide right on in here. E75, potentially too, and we'll be able to kind of pincer them. Hopefully, if this E5 is nice enough to push up with me. Come on, let's go. It's like we can easily take out two of their beefier tanks here if we play this right. Hey, you'd be making a lot more money than me if you're making thousands of euros. Alright, I was about to say that T10 better not have damaged me. I'm getting a little upset here with this E5. It's like push, goddammit! You guys can push right, yep, right there. You'll be able to damage him very freaking easily. There we go. Now you can kill the E100. Things are turning for that guy. He finally got it. There we go. Now we can get things moving here. So, just keeping an eye on what's potentially on my left. I have a feeling... Alright, we got 3 of us here. Safe enough for me to pull up here. Sorry, Bat Chat. Take one more crack. Nope, don't need to. They're gonna try to flank these guys. I'm just gonna head on the path I'm taking. I'm not gonna pull in front of him. Maybe I will. Yeah, I just guessed it was euros. Honestly, it looked like a little E. But in any event. Nice for a heat round. You definitely needed that on a side of an IS-7 with a ton of spaced armor. But, in any event, though, this is definitely going to be my last battle tonight. Thanks for watching, guys, and not that this match is over right now, but, like I said, I'm going to try to stream one more day this week coming up. It's definitely not set in stone, but, yeah, I'll definitely be streaming at least Wednesday and Saturday coming up. Yeah, that's very nice for Vio. Again, something. He probably has XVM and blames it on those people. Yeah, sometimes I take shots that I think might bounce, but I always just find better to take a chance and chuck a shell out there and bounce than to shoot and hold on to it, but... I don't think there's any chance of this guy capping us out, but nonetheless, better to head back just to make sure. But like always, anyone here, if this is your first time watching a stream, feel free to subscribe if you like to stream here. I'll keep up to date with my normal videos and also when I pop on a live stream. Otherwise, feel free to fan fund me. Upper right hand corner of most of my videos. Uses the Google Wallet. Otherwise, there's a link in the video description below for my PayPal link. Whoops, that's not good. Thank you for bouncing off of me, though. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry, Jinxed. I am way past exhausted right now. maybe my next stream I'll play a little bit longer, but I'm potentially not in a good position tomorrow. I'm gonna be working from 6 a.m. until about 7 p.m. So that's the only reason why I can't play one more. But not a bad game. The end of night here, 4,700 damage even. Blocked a little bit, assisted with a bit. Pretty damn fine game in the IS-7 here. Hope the rest of you guys have a good night and also good morning for some of you. Otherwise, thanks for watching the stream and nice chatting with a lot of you guys. And sorry, Joseph and Jinx. But yeah, next time maybe I'll play a little bit longer since I won't be working Wednesday, so won't exactly be exhausted. But in any event, see you guys around, and thanks for watching.